Richard family. So happy to virtually see you. So today is Cinco de Mayo. So I am going to make guacamole for you. One of my variations that I have. So let's start with this. You can use white onion. It just depends on if you want a sweet. Typically, white onion is a little bit sweeter. But I want to use red onion. So I'm using about half. Probably end up using less. It just depends on what I feel like. All right. So I've already taken off the peel. I've already cut it in half, and I've taken off the outer layer that you see right here. And then what I did is I sliced down in the middle. Kids, if you are not comfortable with this, please, please, please ask your parents for help. I don't want to find out that anybody lost any fingers in the process of trying to make this at home. That would break my heart. All right, so I've sliced it down already here. And now I am going to go like this. And I hold it together because I'm not that much of a pro. And secondly, it keeps it all together, okay? All right, because we want this diced. And we want this kind of diced finely, very chopped, very small. Kind of don't want big chop chunks, okay? All right, so okay, so as you can see, I've gotten this down pretty small. Okay. Oh, and pro tip, if you're ever clearing your blade off, your board off, always use the back of the knife, not this part of the knife, the sharp part. Number one, you don't want to dull your knife. So, pro tip. Okay. So here's my onion. All right. I do like a lot of onion. Onion is very, very good for you. Onion is a natural detoxifier. So that's why whenever you're sick, it's always good to have chicken noodle soup with onion or anything that's got onions in it. It's very good for you. All right, next we're gonna put in avocado. So just slice it around. Okay, it's really ripe, nice and dark brown. It's really ripe, it's ready to go, so it's gonna pop open easily for you, okay? What I do is I make a grid pattern, okay? I find it's easier to mash. And guys, I know you're looking at probably the orange and like, ew, but honestly, it's fine, I promise. All right, so grid pattern, get the spoon, and you just scoop it out, okay? If they're ripe, it's gonna be really easy for you to do that. But even if it's not super ripe, then it still makes it easier to scoop the avocado out. I just do it because that's kind of how I was taught, and I've always just done it that way. Okay. Okay, next I use red bell pepper just for color. There's going to be a lot of green. So slice it off the top. Take out this part, and we can plant these. So if you want, you can dry these out on a paper towel and then plant them. Okay, that's what I have done before. Okay, we're going to take all this stuff out, this membrane. Okay. And then you're going to dice it up. I find it's easy if you cut from the inside of a bell pepper rather than trying to fight with the outside, because it's automatically naturally curved, and so it just makes it easier to cut. Okay? Alright guys, so now we're just going to dice these. Once again, you want to dice everything nice and fine, or at least small I should say. Also, when you're dicing or cutting and you're holding things, try not to hold your fingers out. Always have your fingers in. That way you will keep your fingers and not lose them when cutting. All right, you can also add tomato. I do, but here's the thing. See all of this nice juicy stuff? Yeah, we really don't want that. So you're just gonna kind of scoop it out, because we don't want the guacamole to be watery. We want the actual produce, okay? And then you're gonna dice this up as well, as small pieces as you can, all right? It not so juicy anymore. All right, so minced garlic is something else I also add. You can do whole big cloves of garlic. Just remember, 1 clove of garlic equals to about 3 teaspoons of minced. It just depends. I just use this, it's easier. I buy this at the store all the time and it lasts me a long time. So I do a nice, I love garlic. So I do a nice tablespoon, okay? Garlic's good for your heart. All right, and then cilantro, okay? About this much, all right? When cutting it, if you roll it up, and this helps with any leaf herbs, if you roll it up, with your fingers, it makes it a lot easier than trying to cut all of this and make it all nice and pretty. And then you can just run your knife through it again, okay? Because we don't really want big leaves. We want everything nice and small, okay? And for those of you that know me, know how much I love cilantro. So that's about as much as I would use for guacamole, okay? There we go. This last bit. Okay. Now I add for a little bit of a kick, I'll add crushed red pepper. If I have made my own salsa, I will actually add that into my guacamole and this. So I would say not really measuring when I cook, I really don't. So I would say that was probably about maybe a teaspoon, okay? And I love this, Laurie's garlic salt. I'm not a big salt fan, but I will use this for a lot of things, salsa and guacamole. So I will say a good dusting of that. Of course, add that to your own taste, okay? Last thing is lime, okay? And I literally just add the juice of the lime. Get your spoon and just juice it. If you have a juicer, great. If you want to use the already, if you have this, but it's lime, I know this is lemon, but if you actually have one of these, I would add probably about 2 teaspoons of juice, of course, to taste, all right? So I'm gonna do the rest of this. My assistant, Renee, is cringing behind the camera because she's worried I'm gonna squirt juice in her eye. And I just put the spoon in there and just mash it in there. Really good, okay? Don't worry about getting pulp in there, okay? All right, so fork helps with the mashing, right? Mash everything together. Now, if you don't prefer to have your avocado mashed and you want it in those nice little cubes, that's the other reason why I like to make the grid pattern in the avocado. It makes it a lot easier. Okay? And you just mix everything up. All right, so now that it's all mixed together, all right, okay, when storing it, or even if you're presenting it. I know it's gonna look weird, but you definitely want to add the pit of avocado. For whatever reason, I don't remember why, it preserves the avocado. So it helps. It looks a little weird. Now, obviously, if you're doing this much, you don't need to put it in there. But if you're storing it, I always put mine in there, okay? So get your chips and try it. Very good.